What's up, interwebs? I hope that, as usual, you are having an ideal day. Now, about 6 or so months ago, I custom ordered this 2021 JL Jeep Wrangler Rubicon EcoDiesel, and I surprised my fiance with it. And now that we've had it for a little while, I wanted to go through some of the must-have options and the ones that we skimped out on and why we skimped out on them. And this truck is pretty much fully loaded. Let me show you. Yeah, so base price on this puppy would be $42,215. And we added almost $20,000 to the total MSRP in factory options. Hey, bae.
Yes.
What if we were to go through all the factory options that we ordered and the things that are must-haves for other owners, things that they shouldn't buy, and then what alternatives there are out there for things that they shouldn't buy?
Let's do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Go.
Wait, for real? Okay, and the $995 question, is the cold weather package, is it worth it?
My toasty buns say yes.
Yes. Okay. Now the next thing is the trailer tow and heavy duty electrical group.
Woo! That sounds fancy.
It is fancy, and it was something that initially when I was putting this build together, I didn't opt for, but after doing some research, it is 100% worth it. And a couple reasons. One is you get the higher output alternator. So if we're gonna put on more lights, which we are, no problems there. Also, you get these beautiful aux buttons that are not available if you don't get this group. And so when you put those lights to pull a little bit more power from the alternator, nice and easy. It all looks factory because it is. Doesn't look any hokey pokey aftermarket stuff. Beautiful.
I'm glad you opted for the tow package and auxiliary switches because we'll be able to plug in and connect our air compressor for when we air down and need to air back up. We'll also be able to put in a switch for our cell phone, which sounds really silly.
So what she's trying to say is that right now we are connected with our phone like so, and it doesn't really fit, and it comes out quite often. So instead we're gonna be running a cord through the dash to the phone, and it's gonna be nice. Nice. Okay, these headlights, after using them for about a month, are some of the best factory headlights we have ever used. Given we've never had a brand new vehicle, well, I've never had a brand new vehicle. Her last brand new vehicle was a Buick, but it had halogens. And so these upgraded for around 1,300 bucks are worth it.
I think they're worth it. It's definitely a safety feature.
Yeah.
And we've already seen that they're much brighter than the halogens. We've even had a couple cars flick their highs on to us thinking that we have our highs on. But another extra feature that Brad paid for was the advanced safety group, which also has automatic high beam. So it will bring them on and turn them off for you. So I know when people blind us with theirs, I don't actually have mine on, because that's how bright they are. So for safety, it really lightens it up.
And you hear that? She said Brad paid for it. Well, here, come back to the back so I can show you the taillights that come with this. Here, you stay there. I actually put the truck in her name, and so it's just the gift that keeps on giving. I'm just kidding. But actually, these taillights too are an upgrade, and I think they look way better over the lesser, well, if you don't opt for the package. So I definitely give this 2 thumbs up as far as the LED lighting package. Don't you agree?
I do. Okay,
so it's wet. My arm is getting tired, so I'm gonna hand the camera off to my fiance, and she's gonna go through the fun stuff that I opted for that she is absolutely loving. And I think we're gonna start out with the infotainment system.
Ooh.
Should we go inside?
Let's go.
Let's go inside.
I'm gonna tell you guys about the infotainment system inside of the Jeep, which is the UCONNECT. It's an 8.4-inch display, and Brad likes to spend money. I'm a little more on the conservative side, so this one hurt a little.
Let me explain a little bit, guys. Like, I don't like to spend, I like to spend money when there's good value. And although I did pretty much fully load this Jeep because, well, why not? I usually like to get a higher spec when I buy a car, where Ash is way more budget conscious. And so that's where we differ, and that's where we play really well together, because she makes sure that I don't spend money loosely, and then I make sure that she doesn't spend money too tightly. But because she didn't know I was buying this Jeep for her, I got to do whatever I want. So we got this UCONNECT.
And as I mentioned, this one's a little bit pricier. So $1,895. So what did we get for that? It puts a smile on his face. The nav puts a smile on my face. Worth it. The next option that Brad ordered was the dual top group. And how much did that cost? $2,395. Was it worth it? Let's find out. Now for me, what makes the dual top group worth that $2,395 is for days like today where it's raining. So with the soft top, it would be a lot louder in the cabin, even though you can hear all the raindrops in the hard top. And we didn't go for those headliner paddings, which we'll talk about that later, but they would come in handy today. The dual top group is a 3-piece roof system, which means that we can take off these freedom panels. So you have 1, 2, and 3, which means even with the hardtop, you can go half topless. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next one. And I'm sorry, can't take him anywhere. So like I said, we're gonna move on to that next one. The next option, safety group, rear park sense. How much is that park sense, you ask? $895. I'd say it's worth my safety. Let's see how it works. I'm a big fan of the park sense. My last vehicle only had the backup sensors. It didn't have a backup camera. That backup camera is super helpful for when we're in the city, making sure that no one's behind us when we're backing up. It helps us get into parking spots, but more importantly, it also helps on the road. You want to make sure that when you wake up and you're done camping, you've packed everything up, that you're not rolling over top of the ladder from your tent, or I don't know, your new air compressor system that you set out and forgot to put away. Especially when you're working with Brad Danger. You never know what he's gonna set down, get distracted by something shiny, and walk away. So for an extra $895 for that rear backup camera and the park sense sensors, I would say it's worth it. The next option on this list is the advanced safety group. What did we get for $795? Well, let me tell you, we got the adaptive cruise control, which is awesome on the freeway. You use these nifty little buttons right here. You get up to the speed you want, you turn it on, and you set it. Now you're wondering, well, what is this right here? Well, that creates more space between me and the vehicle in front of me. It's more of my comfort level. Do I want to be closer or further away? And then it automatically adjusts. It brakes for me, it accelerates for me, and all I gotta do is this. It's pretty awesome. And for $795, I feel like I'm getting a lot. You might be thinking, I don't need that. I've been driving for years. Why would I need a vehicle to do it for me? Driving is actually more tiring than you think. And I didn't realize how tiring it was until I started using the adaptive cruise control. It really gave me a lot of break on my ankle because, you know, I'm not that tall. And I have to sit really close to the steering wheel. And it's not cool or comfortable. And the adaptive cruise control helps because then I get to rest my foot a little bit before I stick it back down there.
Is it worth it?
It is definitely worth it. I am most excited about the front-facing camera to use on trails to see what is in front of me and what I'm climbing over. I know Brad Danger is going to be a great spotter, but just in case I want a second opinion, I'm going to hit that little front forward-facing camera.
She doesn't need a second opinion. What are you talking about? Come on, I'm the top of the top.
It's a Jeep thing, you wouldn't understand.
Oh my God.
Did you pay extra for this, Brad?
Yeah, it's the water slide. What you looking at?
I'm looking at these cloth seats that weren't upgraded to leather.
Oh, now again, here is a very good reason why I did not get leather. And this is true with any lifted vehicle, but anytime that you have to really get up. Hey, YouTube girlfriend, come over here. Show them how easy it is to get into your lifted Jeep.
Show them how short I am.
No, watch this. But watch the wear on. See how she lands on the bolster right here. And if that's leather, that thing is going to wear out real quick. And so I didn't want that to happen. And so I got the cloth for one, plus it was way cheaper too. And I think we're gonna be going an aftermarket option and we'll keep you guys in the know of what we're gonna go with. But there's a couple of different options out there that don't wear like the factory leather does from Fiat Chrysler. That's why I went with cloth. The heated seats still work really well though,
The heated seats do still work even though it's cloth, which is 100. Now, I can't help but notice, Brad, these aren't paint to match.
Yes, they are not. And I don't know.
How much did you save?
I don't know how much I saved. How much did I save?
He saved $695 by not having these painted black.
Okay, and this was a hard one for me because I do think that paint to match looks really good, especially if you get something like a green or a red. But with black, I just thought, you know what? It doesn't look that bad. And so why spend the extra $700? Though I will say that the JL with the painted fenders looks way more like a G-Wagon than the JK or any previous gen. And so I would, if I got a different color than black, probably get the painted fenders. So
why do I feel like you didn't opt for that? Because you're gonna do something aftermarket.
This does leave the door open for aftermarket. Just more money.
And along those lines, these aren't painted. This looks like it's paint to match. Doesn't feel like it's paint to match.
Nope, you can get that as a factory option. How much is it?
Another $1,300.
Oh man!
You're just saving the money.
So again, I think that we're gonna be rolling this thing quite a bit topless, so it doesn't really matter what color that top is because it's not gonna be on it, so it's irrelevant. But at the same time, because it's a black vehicle, no big deal. We did see a blue one at a dealership that had it all painted, the fenders and the top, and it did look pretty good. Wouldn't you say it looked pretty good?
It did.
You kind of want to take it home.
I kind of did. Now you might be wondering why I brought you back here. That's because there's an upgraded hinge gate. When you want to upgrade these tires to something a little bigger than 33s, which I might. How much was that option, Brad?
I don't know. Again, I don't know.
It's an extra $695 upgrade, and we mentioned that we're changing out the bumpers, so we went aftermarket with the tire carrier as well.
See, I know what I'm doing, I guess. Yeah, there's also a hinged lip wheel for $995, and if you're going to mod your Jeep, again, on the used market, you'll sell these wheels and tires, which we will be doing very, very soon. And there's no reason to upgrade them from the factory because you're really not going to get it back on the used market. So no reason to do that. I'm glad you agree.
Yes. Then I get to pick out the ones I want.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's the last thing that I did not order?
The dual door group with base uppers for a hefty price of $39.95. I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, so the reason I didn't get those is because if you are going all in on this build, well, maybe you buy them, but ultimately you're gonna run it without the doors, either with the doors or out the doors. And the one cool thing is that because that group cuts the doors off right here, you can essentially run it without any pillars. But, you know, in this case, if you take this guy off, you can roll the windows down and it's pretty much like 95% of the experience for $4,000 less. So that's what I was thinking. Why not spend the dough on something else like a trip to Moab or something?
Well, and I wouldn't be a true SEMA girl if I didn't say we can go aftermarket with that.
Yeah! So interwebs, those were the things that I ordered when I surprised my fiance with this JL Jeep Wrangler Rubicon EcoDiesel. Did I miss anything? What did you guys think of the build sheet for this truck? It was custom ordered. Let us know down in the comments below. Also, if you have any recommendations for any of the future modifications that we do on this truck, let us know below. We're all ears. We're having a ton of fun with the Jeep so far, but we're still kind of new to this stuff. So, but we're learning very quickly. And this girl did camp Jeep for Chrysler for about 4 years. She's been to all the different auto shows all over the country, and she knows a thing or three about Jeep. So I'm pretty stoked that she was able to get her dream Jeep that yours truly built for her.
And if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button down below, turn on that notification bell, and as always, keep living the ideal lifestyle.
Let's go!